Welcome back. It's another episode of the L Report. I'm about to get into it. I'm trying to screw the cap on my dearest Moesha. That's how we're gonna do that. All right. We got some good L's to hand out today. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. This first L kind of caught me, like, by surprise, because you ain't really seen nothing from this person for a minute. At least not like majorly wise. At least not just like really out there wise. As far as what you would consider mainstream hip hop, to be honest. You know, he was always kind of underground to start with, but I caught the wave. I was like, okay, I'll fuck with that because I like darker music or more rockish sounding music. But Lil Wop coming out talking about he's bisexual, but he ain't on no fruity shit. The cap, the amount of cap in this man's story it's not adding up. So a couple months ago, I'm scrolling on Instagram and I randomly see Lil Wop with like lipstick on and his hair, and like he always got his hair in weird hairstyles or whatever, but like shirt off, lipstick on, just looking real sus, looking real taken advantage of by somebody or something. I don't know. Maybe it's all them drugs, maybe it's the lean. I don't know what they be on these days. I don't really keep up with all that. But when I seen that, I was just like, oh, buddy tweaking. He just tweaking. You know what I mean? He ain't on that. You know what I mean? He been hanging out with too many of these underground people. He ain't trying to stay that way. He trying to get his clout up. He trying to do all that other shit. I guess he figured, if I'm not going to get all these normal fans, I'm going to at least get me some LBGT fans and blow up the Lil Nas way. You know what I mean? Because coincidentally, around the same time, Lil Nas X was on some, oh, I'm not really gay, I just faked it to blow up, all this other stuff. I don't know if he deleted that tweet or not, but I saw it and I just thought it was interesting. But this whole Lil Wop thing, I just honestly think it's a clout chase, to be honest. Like most people are thinking, because it's like, I don't know. It's just never been addressed. Most people who are bi, gay, trans, or something like that, by the time you're out of your teenage, you kind of want to stand on your sexuality the way it is. Everybody kind of stands on their sexuality. Heterosexual, homosexual, any of that stuff. They all kind of stand on their sexuality. Why? I don't know. It's not that important to me. But people do that. So him coming out as bi or saying that he'd mess with a guy who's like quote unquote feminine, I don't know, man. Now he got Say Cheese interviews about it. I guess the clout is working. I guess it's worth it. You know what I mean? They try to clout up on some BS, but people got to remember that the internet is forever. This is a documentation of history that's going on right now, and it's at a very rapid pace. So even though you're doing that to get your little 15 minutes of fame, it'll be gone and forgotten about if you don't stay consistent with it and stand on it. Like I said, stand on your sexuality and however else you want to do all that other stuff. But I'm going to just have to give him this real big L real quick, because, buddy, that ain't the way to do it. Yeah, I seen you dropped a couple projects. I even listened to them. They was all kind of mediocre. I can honestly attest to that. There wasn't like a song that stood out my head like that Zan song off the Wapavelli 3, I believe. That's my shit. You know what I mean? The shit that he did with them niggas who on that Dead End Records, that them niggas was coming hard on his earlier tapes. He just had to stay consistent with that. I don't know why he fell off. I don't know why he got so cocky to the point where he felt like, I can just do this shit myself. I felt like the 1017 getting signed to that was a big enough move, but I guess people felt like Gucci's supposed to carry you, or his name's supposed to carry you, but you're supposed to use that as a networking tool. I'm 1017 this, da-da-da-da-da this, da-da-da-da, let me come do a show. I'm going to have X amount of, get your videos up. He didn't do but one video shoot with the whole Gucci and 1017 thing. And that was like a group thing. You know how Gucci get all his new artists together and he want to at least do like a video with them or some stuff like that. He wasn't on the 1017 album. This is before he made the new 1017. He wasn't on the 1017 album or nothing like that. Nothing memorable, nothing that I remember. But I just was like, he does have star power, but I just feel like he's not going about the right way to cultivate that. I mean, he came up around the same time Trippie Redd was coming up and all them other people. Playboi Carti is a little bit ahead of him, but he was in that pocket. You see what I'm saying? And I just felt like if he would have stayed more consistent with a sound that he had coming out and just not got on some weird shit, not got on some ego shit. And I can't say that that's like a regional thing, because a lot of people do it from a lot of different areas, but a lot of people out of Chicago do seem to have an issue with networking with certain people. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, he not from Chicago, he from Atlanta, all this other stuff. I seen the before Atlanta Lil Wop with the big keloid on his ear and shit like that, and he had that shit chopped up. I seen the before Atlanta Lil Wop, the Chicago Lil Wop. He wasn't on that. He just seemed like a normal guy out of Chicago who wasn't trying to do drill rap necessarily and just felt like he was more than that, which I agree. But at the same time, you got to stand on that as much as you trying to stand on this sexuality shit. I understand that the LBGT, they got money to make the moves. They got the connections to make the moves, but I don't think this is a good move for you, bro. I don't think this is a good move for you. As a fan and somebody who's an artist myself, just drop videos to your old shit that people love. Do that. Bring that old energy back, and then you'll get some new energy to go and do some new shit. You know what I mean? But bring that old energy back and go crazy with it. Just don't get into the semantics, don't get into the gimmicks, because it's going to be all this talk around your name that you don't necessarily want. You got a son, you know what I mean? In a matter of years, he going to be growing up and looking at this stuff and then looking at you funny, even if you were saying like, oh, it was just for clout, it was just for the bag at the time. That's going to make him look at you as less than, whatever. Nobody's here to judge you or nothing like that, but I'm just saying it's kind of lame if you ain't really going to stand on that. Now, do I want to say that I want to see him out here dating a dude? I mean, if that's what he want to do, I've seen weirder shit. But at least you be standing on it. You know what I mean? Do I want to see him out here with Jack Harlow and Lil Nas X naked in music videos? Hell no. But at the same time, you're going to have to do something for your career, bro. Because ever since you left Gucci, it's been fucked up. You know what I mean? I ain't seen you with your little crew that you used to have back when you was on your little underground shit before you got with Gucci. I don't know if you thought you clouded up on them and burned them bridges, but let's get back to some type of good standing as far as your career is going to go. I like your music. I like the direction that things were going. Let's try to get it back on track. Now, in the other musical news that's slightly comical, Orlando Brown. All right, look, man, it's comedy because I don't know why everybody was thinking like, oh, he got a chick or something, he seems sober, he's gonna be cool or whatever. Bro didn't blow back up off being cool. He blew back up off tweaking and being on that shit. So what people gonna want? People gonna want to see you tweaking and being on that shit. I went and I watched some of his videos or whatever. Mediocre as hell, but at least he trying. At least he doing something with his money, his youth, his creativity. He's not just trying to let it all go to waste. I don't know if he's struggling with drugs, but bro be saying some of the funniest shit that I've ever heard. And he's kind of like a Soulja Boy in this type of situation where he'll say some crazy ass shit that you might not think is accurate, or that he might not sound like he know what he's talking about, but it's one of them true stranger than fiction type things. He didn't really see what's behind the scenes in these situations, in these areas, in these industries. Yeah, I ain't been with Disney like he has. Y'all ain't been in the rap industry like he has. Y'all ain't been a childhood star growing up in movies with the Wayans, and then he's seen shit. Now, rather he want to come out and make him look crazy, that's another thing. I would have just put out a book if I was him, and then I do chapters of the book as skits. To be honest, hey, if you start doing that, I'm gonna need some money on that. Okay, holla at your boy Pharaoh Venom 911, I'll get you right. But yeah, doing all these drugs and stuff like that, it can't. Once again, another person who got a kid, another person who's got a son. It's not gonna reflect good on you when he goes and he starts getting into the history of who his father is and what made him who he is today. You know what I mean? But that Bow Wow's got some bomb ass pussy. I lost it. I lost my motherfucking mind. I was like, Lil Mama? What you know about me? I see Bow Wow's lip gloss was popping. Okay? I see the chicken noodle soup was hot. Alright? I see it came with a soda and a bag of chips on the side. Alright? Because Orlando is out here broadcasting this shit umpteen years later. But oh no, I ain't got no problems with Bow Wow. Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy. He said that shit like he was part of Dog Pound or something. He said that shit like he had just got down with Bow Wow and just, sent him on his way on the Uber or something like that. Like, god damn, how does this man have the details on your box like this, Bow Wow? I don't understand. Y'all addressing Bow Wow as a grown-ass man. I don't really like to speak down on nobody like that, but I ain't never seen Bow Wow as no grown-ass man. He's like a man-child who's being carried through certain shit, even with his accolades and stuff that he's been doing in Hollywood, that some people might think that he's trying to inch up that ladder on the back end side. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing somebody who's lying. I'm seeing somebody who's struggling to keep like any sentiments of normal going on with falling off of being this huge pop star, and now you're a C-list actor. So, I honestly would have played with it if I was him. I would have showed I had a sense of humor. I would have ran with it, all types of other stuff, but in a tasteful way. You know what I mean? You could get anything that anybody gives you, negative or positive, and flip it in a tasteful way if you're creative enough. You know what I mean? Bomb ass pussy shirts with Bow Wow, a little symbol on it that he had with his tour merch. You know what I mean? Whatever. Mike Tyson did it the best. People would say he was this, people would say he was that. He went on a comedy tour and shut shit down. He really cleaned up, and then after that was able to reinvent who Mike Tyson is. And now he's on here doing shrooms, doing, smoking weed, interviewing with your stars and stuff, having NFL stars in the studio with him. He's really making moves. He really reinvented all that negativity people put on him, and he turned it into something better. You know what I mean? Bow Wow has this opportunity right now to do this. He keeps having these opportunities and he keeps fumbling them. Bow Wow, if you got some bomb ass pussy, let the world know you got some bomb ass pussy. Fuck it. If people gonna say what they gonna say, man. You was a kid when all this shit went down. You're a grown ass man now, like you said in your little bootsy ass response. You 35 years old. Now, for you to be 35 years old and for you to respond still like you're like a teenager having some type of PR write this for you, I don't know, that response was just weak. I would have came with something a little bit more comical, but that's just me. I don't really take the whole human shit too serious, especially somebody who's clearly a tweaker, who's a falling off child star themselves. Shit, y'all could click up and do some weird ass shit together that can make some money or whatever. Whatever, bro. You know what I mean? But Orlando, L. Bow Wow, bigger L. You see what I'm saying? Like the L. Because real shit, there's no way in hell that I wouldn't be taking full-fledged advantage of this. I Birdman hand rub the moment I see somebody got a viral clip involving me in it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm about to flip this like Trump. You know what I mean? However negative or positive, we gonna make this shit work. Because there's an undying fan base for you who have been out there, who have been touched by you, who just want to see you do something with it. You see what I'm saying? So don't fumble the bag on this one. Just really capitalize and sink in. Even if you want to make fun of Orlando, do that. Do that. You know what I mean? But these little weak ass Twitter response and stuff like that, it's impersonal. Nobody gets to see your face. Nobody gets to see you make no money off it. You know, I'm doing this for my show. I'm a 35-year-old man. Yes, nigga, okay. We know. It's fucked up when the most exciting things about Bow Wow is, over the past 10 years, is him getting beat up by a girl that he was dating. And, well, they had a fight. But it looked like he lost that fight. And then him pretending to be running from fans causing some type of pandemonium, but nigga, ain't nobody chasing you. Lying about jets and stuff, people create a Bow Wow challenge. I would have made money off that if I was Bow Wow. But Bow Wow keeps fumbling the bag with his own things. At least Soulja Boy has the heart and the mentality to be like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make some money off of this. He used it as re-notoriety. Even if he was to just go back out and do his old songs again, which I know you're doing on the Millennium Tour, but at the same time, make that shit into a bigger scene. Make it so when they see you come out on the tour, they, oh, Bow Wow, because you got some new merch, you got some new shit, you probably got a new song roasting old boy who's saying you got some bomb ass pussy. Anything, bro, capitalize on the moment, seize the moment. You know what I mean? But until you do, hold this L, my brother. Okay. So, in other news, we still riding on the hip hop industry, on the music industry right now, because it's just a lot of bullshit going on out there that I really don't approve of. You know what I mean? Now, this person I've had a problem with since the jump. I don't give a fuck how nobody feels about it. I don't like this person. And I can't say that I personally know this person, but you know when you're able to have discernment to see into somebody's soul? Yeah, I've seen the soul of this person, and it's a coon. Okay? A very dangerous coon, because coons with talent are overlooked sometimes. And sometimes they're the most deadliest people, the predators. Doja Cat is a creep. Okay? Doja Cat is a creep. Not backing off that. Hold this L, ma'am. Because for sure, you on bullshit 24/7. I don't know if it's something in the air. I don't know if it's the way she was raised, who she was raised by, all that other stuff. But dropping hard R's on the internet for white people, pandering to them, when you blowing up on the flip side, you know what I mean? You ain't hearing in little boys' DMs and stuff like that, pretending like you trying to get at the other dude. I think she had a thing for the gay dude, or the seemingly more sensitive one off the Stranger Things, Will. I think she was trying to slide on him. But judging by his reactions in the comment section, he responded like one of my sisters, to be honest. It sounded like a very sister-girl conversation they were having. It was very type, oh, why don't you slide in his DMs, ma'am, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I could picture a black woman snapping her hand and her wrist and her neck going, and, you know, his bob flapping back and forth. Like, I could picture him doing that shit like he was like, whoa, Vicky, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But for her to even be trying to slide, like, come on, man, you in the industry. If you want to get somebody's number, you know to hit their agent. You know to do this. You know to do that. And there's the internet even more so. You can get to him other ways than try to get through him to a cast member, especially somebody who, I don't even want to say bro underage. But I'm going to just be like, he's young. He's a kid. You know what I mean? He's not on your level. He's not on your plateau. Why would you even try to involve him in your business to let him know that you fucking with one of his coworkers? What if his coworker or his castmate has a girlfriend or whatever, and this could have blew his whole situation up? Oh, Doja Cat trying to slide. You know what I mean? Things get sensitive on the home front. But I just feel like she's a creep because she just do a lot of weird left field shit, and people got that seemingly R. Kelly syndrome where they're just willing to look past it. And that's not to shit on Kels. I fuck with Kels. But I'm just saying, like, he's getting railroaded. But will Doja Cat ever get railroaded? I doubt it. But nevertheless, Doja Cat is a big creep. And y'all hearing it from me from here on out. The more and more that this shit goes on, the more and more shit's gonna come out about her, because people who are in power don't seem to think that those blemishes will ever be chickens that come home to roost. I think one day it's all gonna come home and the coin's gonna be flipped. Right now, yes, the sentiment is to attack men on some Me Too shit, but that might not be the situation 10 years from now. 10 years from now, they might be calling out women for Me Too shit, and she might be the poster child numero uno. So, like I said, that's R. Kelly syndrome. Back in the day, people used to act like, oh, I didn't have a problem with Kells. He was still putting out them slaps. So, while she's still putting out them slaps, get it while the getting's good. Because the same people that you see going up, it's the same people you're going to see coming down. And they're going to try to tear you down in America, especially the more money you got, because it's a money grab game. It's a she did this to me, I'm a victim. You know what I mean? Will all the victims of Doja Cat come forward? Who knows who else has been creeped on? Watch your younger brothers. So, next case. We still in the music industry. I ain't even letting this one go. This might just be a music industry episode. You know what I mean? Trey Songz. What the fuck is wrong with Trey Songz? Could somebody tell me what in the ever living God is wrong with Trey Songz? I get it. You've been a sex symbol for a long time. The women love you. Blah, blah, blah. Right? But you need to be more careful about yourself. You need to be more careful in these situations. I mean, you see, they've been trying to get Chris Brown and R. Kelly. They got Kells. They be trying to get Chris Brown any way they can. Just because you ain't put out a hit in a while don't mean they ain't trying to get you. You still a black man with some notoriety and some money and things like that. Anybody who ain't on shit will feel like, I could get up on that. Just like old girl in the Bow Wow situation. Until she felt like, I'm going to have to whoop this nigga ass. And then she did. She felt like she needed to take it there. So if they feel like they need to pull it with you, these ain't the same woman that you was dealing with when you first came into the game. These are new, younger women, and with new, younger women come new, younger rules. So you got to be thinking from a perspective of somebody who's older, who's trying to protect themselves. You might not be in your 40s and 50s, but you need to be thinking like somebody in their 60s, and you need to slow the fuck down because these cases is coming left and right. And I know you're getting them dropped. I know they've been dropped and whatnot, but the fact that they making the news in the way that they are, the fact that certain videos being brought the way that it is, it's not making you look good. All they got to do is drop a surviving Trey Songz, and it's a wrap. That's how they got Kells and all of his shit. They threw all that man's rights out the window because of surviving R. Kelly. They gonna do surviving Trey Songz, and it's gonna be a plethora of women, including Keke Palmer, on your ass. And good Lord, that woman love to act and let a Meryl Streep some shit. She gonna be in there trying to make it seem like you took full advantage of her in a situation that y'all had, which I didn't even feel like was that big of a deal. I just feel like Keke Palmer be complaining. She'd like to have attention on her, whether it's positive or negative, because she feels like, I'm a woman, I'm gonna go unscathed in certain things. Plus, I'm Keke Palmer. I've been famous for this long. People like me. They like me more than they like you. So I'm gonna get away with it. Period. Several things going for me. I'm a woman. I'm black. So I'm already a victim in a lot of people's eyes. And then they like me more than they like you. And then I'm still active out here. You aren't seemingly active. Being active means a lot. Being active means you have agency. Being active means you got people who are in your corner. You developing diehard fans. You're not just hanging on to the diehard fans that you've been had. So Trey Songz, hold this L until you get your act together. You know what I mean? Because you're not moving the way somebody who a veteran in the game should be moving. You know what I mean? There's no reason why some of these new dudes out here is moving better than you and not catching cases that you catching, and they having the same bitches around them. You know what I mean? Same women around them. It's y'all pass around the same women in the game. Y'all gonna be around the same women. It's the same parties in the same areas. Houston. Do I need to quote a Drake song? Y'all know I'm not a Drake fan. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and throw LA in there. You know what I mean? New York, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's the same areas. You kind of need to just be aware of what's going on and stop being so comfortable with being Trey. You know what I mean? Be a representative of trade when you out there with people that you know ain't gonna have your back, with people that you know is gonna try to run you for your money. Period, bro. If you trying to be in your retirement years, you ain't really fucking with the music game like that, that's what's up. But don't line yourself up to get cleaned out or get left in somebody's prison and still be getting cleaned out the whole time. Because that's what they want. That's what they got set up for you. Alrighty. So while we're on R&B artists, I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I saw bits and pieces still to this day, and it's been weeks ago. The verses with Omarion and Mario. Why? Why in God's Lord did Omarion bring all them people out? Besides Tank. Tank was cool. I seen his little performance. He a weird dude. He probably gonna be on this Hell Report soon. But Tank, he can still sing. He still got that talent. He's still developing diehard fans to this day. You know what I mean? New people might be caught on by Tank by the verses and shit like that. I've been knew who Tank was since a little boy, so it ain't nothing new to me. But if you was on the docket to do a verses with somebody, bring your A game. You know millions of people was gonna see this. You know this is, the people who bought TikTok bought verses. So it's like, if you know millions of people was gonna see this, it's gonna be everywhere. How you out here eating watermelon on stage? How you out here trying to do your gyrating two-step? I would have had a completely different lineup for what I do on stage with the Millennium Tour and all this other shit. I wouldn't be out here singing songs that I had with niggas I don't fuck with. And that's to be 100. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Whatever's residual is residual. Let's just let that be what it be. But I'm closing that chapter. I'm going on to some new shit. You know what I mean? This nigga needs a comedy show or something, or some type of skit show, because he's hilarious in his antics. He said he wouldn't fuck with R. Kelly no more after the R. Kelly situation happened. But as soon as his back was against the wall and Mario was taxing that ass, yeah, pulled Kells about the back, the bump, bump, bump. You got the creeping about them speakers. Yeah, that's how that happened. You ain't got the arsenal like that. Icebox ain't gonna save you every goddamn time. You know what I mean? That wasn't everybody bump anyway. You know what I mean? Let me hold you down with Omarion. I mean with Bow Wow. Y'all could have did that. You could have made that a more of a thing. Y'all should have did a couple albums together while he was still hot. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you would have had more catalog to stand on. Maybe all these years, instead of tricking off on thoughts who going to be passed around to the industry anyway, you could have been focusing on your craft and really getting... Fuck the dance moves. No one comes to see Omarion dance. We go to see Chris Brown dance, okay? No one comes to see fucking Omarion dance. We want to hear you harmonize some shit that's going to make these bitches feel good and get these niggas they Hennessy's worth, etc. You know what I mean? I'm not really the biggest R&B head, but I do know when I listen to Omarion, it's just kind of like... Can you play something else? Because it's boring. And I'm not saying that the other guys in B2K were more exciting, but I'm just saying, damn, you had more of a fucking winning chance with your team. I don't know what this thing is with Omarion and not wanting to stick to the plan or stick to the team or be the only one, or maybe it's that only child syndrome. I heard that shit's real bad with a lot of different people. Well, I'm gonna say that, hey, this man's got cartoon comedy antics out the ass. You know what I mean? He keep them coming. Shit, him and Ray J should team up and do something, because both of these niggas can hold this L real quick. Because Ray J is a fool with it as much as Omarion is. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mario. He came and did his thing. He wasn't with the jokes. He wasn't with the games. He wasn't bringing his baby out and trying to, oh, it's the baby. Oh, my son, and all this other shit, and dancing on stage. And what did Ray J be tweaking on, man? What did he be tweaking on? He on bath salts or something? Because bro just be... It's the world of Ray J, and it seems to work for him. That's what's up. It seems to work for him. But to be honest, the world of Ray J is just really confusing and perplexing to the rest of us. You know what I mean? You out there looking like everybody uncle at the cookout that done had too many drinks. You know what I mean? You just out there stanky legging it up. I can't do it with Ray J. I can't take him serious. Like, I've seen several seasons of Love and Hip Hop with him on it and just been like, is he serious? He's serious. Is he serious? He's serious. You know what I mean? Like, everybody know Ray J's a character, but it's just like, when he start doing the, like, I got some Raycons. This a Raycon right here. Fuck with it. You know what I mean? If I got one of them Scooty bikes, I'd be pushing on one of them right now. But it's just like, even with all that, I can't take this brother serious. I can't take him serious. It makes me laugh, the fact that these Raycons work so well. And I know that there's other people in it, in the business and all that other stuff. But it just makes me laugh that they would even do business with Ray J, because he's such a spoof of what it is to be a black man. You know what I mean? But some people are caricatures of themselves. You know what I mean? I just feel like, honestly, Omarion, Ray J, y'all both done been in the same circles. Y'all both done been in some Love and Hip Hop shit. Y'all both then, came and made an ass of y'allself on the main stage and going up in his verses. I just feel like y'all could taper that shit up and make it better. I don't know if y'all at the end of y'all careers, y'all about to wrap this shit up, because y'all getting closer to them. If y'all not in y'all 40s, y'all getting closer to them 40s and things like that. But I just feel like there should be something else holding y'all together as far as the music side of this, because y'all have contributed to it. You should have something that's like a jewel in your arsenal. You know what I mean? And this is just from a bystander's point of view. Like I said, I'm not the R&B guy like that. I'm not about to run down all your history. But don't send your booty goons after me, Ray J. I don't need no smoke with a booty goon at all. Somebody will get popped in that situation. Don't do it. You know what I mean? I'm just speaking my opinion. You gotta hold this L, y'all both. Wait until I get my cardboard L's. Wait until I get my cutout L's. I'm gonna be throwing L's everywhere. I might just have a whole bunch of little L's just throwing them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Especially in moments like this, because y'all need this foolish. You know what I mean? And it's not even at a point anymore where I could say y'all making black men look bad. Y'all just goofy. Goofy. But speaking of a goofy that's making black men look bad, Charleston White. Charleston White is probably one of the most contradicting people on the internet. You know what I mean? If you want to get an Uncle Ruckus and then mix him together with somebody who's pretending to be a Huey P. Newton, you get Charleston White. Like, you want to be this person who's like, oh, I'm down for the black community, I don't like gangs and all this other stuff, but you out here talking about raping people of any race, let alone talk about raping white women on white platforms. I just think that's kind of odd how they're even letting that go down, because they don't let a lot of people talk like that. I've seen people have their stuff taken down for talking like that, and I don't get how he's able to go from platform to platform to platform talking like this. And he's instigating beefs with people who are in his community, the black community. I understand you roll with police and stuff like that, but everybody get touched. Everybody get touched. It don't matter who you are. You out here being a whole goofy. You out here got whole nations and whole gang affiliations just like, nah, if we catch him, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Charleston White's really not making no positives out of this. You could bring people's mamas together who have been victims of gun violence. That's not stopping nothing. You're a non-factor. You're somebody who should be out the way still. You've been out the way all this time. You're an old man. Stay out the way of these young dudes. Let them do what they gonna do. Talk that talk that you gonna talk. People seem to entertain it. I ain't never watched a Charleston White video. Still to this day. Every time I see him, I just see a turtle. And I just keep scrolling. You know what I mean? He looks like a dead turtle or something. Or I don't know what some type of reptilian. But I just don't fuck with bro. And there's some people who I feel like, even when I see them, like I said, I had the spiritual discernment to just see in somebody's eyes. There ain't nothing there. There ain't nothing there. And anything he's doing good is to be some type of savement, to be all to offset all the fuck shit he's doing. Who knows all the fuck shit going on with him? But that ain't no normal dude. Somebody who's my bad. Somebody who's willing to incite the beef and throw the cops. Damn. Yeah, that ain't no normal dude. That ain't no cat you need to be playing with. And most people feel the same way. They're not gonna play with him. They're gonna eliminate him. Shit. Talking about Flacco. Let me get this together. Gotta get me a stand next. Talking about Flacco gonna get clapped. Charleston White's gonna get clapped. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm not saying anybody I know is going to do it. I'm just saying I see that as a prediction, as a future L. So hold this, my good sir, till you clean up your act. Let's just say people don't look at you as a positive role model. I don't know how you got people's mamas together to do whatever you was doing with the whole benefit thing, but I just seen that as some bullshit charity that bring up some type of headlines so people will talk about you more. But you're not that dude. You know what I mean? You're not that dude you making yourself out to be. And without the cops there, it'll be being proven that you're not that dude. You know what I mean? You got to be one of them dudes who really standing on your word. You're not standing on shit. You standing on 5-0. Talking about you clap this person or you clap that person. You ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing but call the cops. And you didn't make that very, very clear. So that's why ain't nobody got up on you yet. That's why people stay up out your way. That's why this, and that. You know what I mean? But I just feel like as a black man in America, as an older black man in America, you know better. You know better, and I feel like them L's is going to keep coming for you until you get your shit together and really get on a good foot with the black community, the youth, to be honest, because I ain't seen nobody who's under the age of 55 talk about anything good with you. On the internet or otherwise. I just feel like you're a buster and it's only a matter of time because everybody got their day. You know? So, while we talking about the streets, I'm going to get on this last little subject and I'm going to get up out of here. So, the streets. We all know they don't love nobody, but this most recent L, let's take you back a couple weeks. Certain things you do and don't do in the streets. Stand on who you are, cool. Don't let nobody punk you, cool. But fighting over women, especially women that ain't yours, not cool. Not cool at all. Big L. I can't even get this person an L because he died. You know what I mean? But if Trouble had lived through that situation with old dude and his girl, because whether anybody want to see it like that or not, that's still old dude girl, and he has more connection with her. She has more connection with him than anybody else. She might already be writing him or calling him while he's locked up right now about Trouble, and you know, they having secret conversations that the rest of the world ain't privy to yet. Somebody might out them, but they not privy to yet. I just feel like that was a setup type situation where somebody was trying to get their boots knocked off to show to their boyfriend that, oh, I can get a nigga without you. I can boss up. I can get all this. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can, especially in a place like Atlanta. You might come up on a baller for a night or two. But for it to end up in a situation where somebody lose their life, and you might lose yours too behind it because they affiliated with people who are powerful in the city. Now, the fact that all these Ricos is flying around might be the only thing saving old girl right now. And old boy, he cooked as soon as he get on the streets. As soon as he get on the streets, because he might beat that case, he cooked. But it's an even bigger L for old boy because, come on, man, if you know she out here bumping with the next dude, I understand your emotions is high and everything like that, but you ain't got no kids with her. This ain't affecting your future or nothing like that. This is just some shit that happened with a broad that you happen to have been with. Find another broad to be with and move on. Even if it take you some time. You know what I mean? Fortify yourself as a man. Build up something in yourself as a man. I don't know if niggas be afraid to lose shit. Niggas be afraid to be alone. Niggas be afraid to just really, do shit on their own. They be leaning on their girl too much. But I just feel like people need to get up and they need to do what they need to do to make sure situations like this don't happen. Because if bro was a boss, at least in his own mind, he wouldn't even been tripping off an old girl. He wouldn't even been tripping off trying to come back to the spot. He would have been on some shit like the baby was with Danny Leahy. Yeah, I just came in. She happened to still be here with my baby and all this other stuff. And I'm going to be leaving soon, but I want her to leave now because I got some chicks coming up. You know what I mean? You would have been on the next move. You would have been at a hotel with some, you know what I mean? You would have been on some boss shit. You would have been on some real whatever. Apparently shit didn't work out with Waka for old boy, so he now on that bullshit because BSM was rocking for a certain point. They was what I feel started the whole drill movement that Chief Keef kind of took the wave off of. But old boy, he just not handling his life right, man. He not handling his life right. And I feel like for you to even have to shoot somebody over a girl, yeah, you and your girl might have had discrepancies, but you didn't have to do that while that man was there. You could have peeped the scene and been like, all right. And then when she hit you, she hit you. If she don't hit you, she don't hit you. Let that shit be as it is. Come get your shit later. There's a situation going on. But there ain't no reason for nobody to die. There ain't no reason for you to be in prison and shit like that. Even if you beat the case. Or be in jail. Even if you beat the case. It ain't gonna turn out good for you. His people want retribution. You know what I mean? And there ain't no telling how that's gonna come. You know what I mean? Trouble had a very good funeral, all that other stuff. I wish it didn't have to happen. I wish I didn't have to see certain shit like this go down, but that's why I'm handing out these L's. Alright, y'all have a good night. It's your boy Pharaoh Venom 911. This has been the L Report.